Kate Riley.
And I'm Dieter Benz.
Welcome to Skykomish Viewpoint.
Today's viewpoint is the next segment of our series of reports covering the May 9 Town Council meeting. Council's voices trailed off, making it difficult to hear once again, so I requested them to speak up.
Okay, with that correction?
I'll move the document as presented.
I will second that.
Any discussion?
Could we speak up a bit, Henry? It's hard to hear you guys.
Okay, I move.
Okay.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Mayor Black brought up utility billings, once again seeking council's approval to bill landlords instead of tenants, pointing out that the town is behind and losing money on utility collections and will have to hire a separate utility clerk.
I'm still asking the council to consider the owner's task of being the property manager for all the people that rent houses in town. We need a resolution to this. Either we have the landlords collect the utility bills, or we have to hire a utility clerk. We're losing thousands of dollars trying to find people that are impossible to find.
Can you imagine yet another mouth to feed over at Townhouse Public Trough?
It almost flew until Councilmember Sladek put the nix to it for now in what appeared to be a burst of good judgment and a refreshing change of attitude.
I would like to get some feedback. I think that's kind of what I was asking for the last time. I'd like to get some feedback from MRSC as to how other towns do this.
Can you imagine the additional lawsuits for the town if it wrongfully turned off tenant utilities?
Now, metropolitan utility companies have had this figured out for decades.
Why doesn't the town just try online payments like everyone else?
Audience member Coog then questions the legality of the existing utility ordinance, asking if the original ordinance was ever properly vetted.
This throws the mayor for a loop as he states he will discuss this with the town's attorney.
I was just gonna add one thing, I thought
Excuse me,
you,
Coop, would you mind
Okay.
standing up here so we can...
No.
I thought you decided upon in last month's meeting that you were gonna check with legal on that.
There's no legal basis. The legal is the ordinance that stands as
But you folks were discussing whether it was the owner's problem or if it was the renter's. And in fact, I thought you brought that up,
Yeah.
Henry, and I thought that's what you were going to do, you were
Yeah.
gonna check with your
I-
legal.
I
If we
think,
did, we have an ordinance that says that the landlord's ultimately responsible for the utilities.
But your ordinance isn't legal to me, I thought you meant legal representation.
The ordinance is the law of this town.
But how was that established to begin with? Was that ever checked originally? I mean, you don't know.
right, but you're right, it was illegal as well as operational question.
So I'll take the action to run a check with MRSC,
Yeah.
and David, you and I can talk about this, and we can go back and look at the ordinance and see if that was reviewed for legal compliance. Okay, so we'll be back next month on that one.
Next, the mayor talks about the town center project not being in compliance with the comprehensive plan as originally reported by Kate here.
I reported that the mayor's intent for the town center, as discussed in the Monroe Monitor news article, was not in compliance with the economic development element of the comprehensive plan. Apparently, the mayor understood that to mean, or perhaps he's using this as yet another ruse, that he now needs to rezone certain properties in town.
Not to worry, as the mayor states, we can fast-track amending the comprehensive plan and the rezoning to get it done in a short period of time.
The next thing I want to talk about is the comprehensive plan. What's important is the steps that have to take place, and those can actually be done in a shorter period of time. What is not permitted without an amendment is the revision to the zoning, changing a residential zoning to a commercial zone. So that's the reason we'll go through this process, is to document the revision to the comprehensive plan.
Isn't it weird that an expensive consultant and a bunch of our old-timers just get done with their latest version of the vision, and it's already obsolete and time for yet another expensive version?
The mayor then introduces Resolution 236 to accelerate the time frame necessary to amend and accomplish the rezoning as quickly as possible, stating that private property will be rezoned to public use and residential property will be rezoned to commercial and industrial.
So we looked into what it would take, and we came up with the schedule that's shown in Resolution 236, which is part of the packet.
I'm just trying to understand, so what this resolution is doing is allowing us to amend the comprehensive plan in a way that's faster than what is normally a year-long process. So the resolution allows you to accelerate it. If you don't have a specific resolution, then you're kind of stuck with the boilerplate
yeah,
timeframe.
the routine approach, right?
I got you.
In the meantime, we have, since we have the ability to continue with the town center project, because what we're doing there is we're creating a public use on residential and industrial properties. And those are both permitted under the comprehensive plan. We're gonna do whatever other things make sense during the same amendment. Take advantage of the fact we're doing this. So that's why this docket will contain proposals for other amendments.
Under Kate's questioning, the mayor admits the docket will contain unspecified proposals for additional amendments as well.
What exactly does that mean?
It means the mayor wants to keep the real facts hidden.
Please come up here. So we can
Is
get-
there a way to get a copy of the resolution, because we weren't able to get that anything before the meeting? And is there, I need to get more information on what you mean by bringing private property into the public domain, because that's not clear on what you guys are talking about.
I think we're talking about, specifically, they're talking about the
Town center.
the town center area.
So part of that's private property over there?
It's not private property. I think
Road property.
you were referring to was that somebody had brought a proposal to the planning commission wanting to bring rezone a residential property into a commercial property. And so
This piece of the town where the town center's gonna be?
right.
So that's
So
part of the
that
comprehensive plan
triggers,
change?
yeah.
So is that gonna be setting some kind of a precedent though for other stuff throughout the town, or is that just that one particular area?
It's
Well-
whatever we want to put in the docket will be considered in the
And when will
process.
we have that information? I mean,
The
is there-
dates are on the piece of paper in front
Yeah,
of you.
they just got it. So,
And will we get information on where to submit comments and ask questions? Will we get that information through the process?
Sure.
And how we get that? Is it mail, email, how we get that? Any idea?
We'll follow the same process we would for any kind of any comprehensive plan amendment.
Okay, all right, thank you. Councilmember Sladek states that Resolution 236 was not in his packet and confirms that there will need to be public notice and comment periods.
So, I guess I didn't have this in my packet, Deb. I just got this when I walked in. So we'd have to do the posting, you have to do the posting of a public notice.
And is there public comment, I'm sorry, is there a
Yeah.
public comment period?
Yeah, it's basically that 60 days.
Resolution 236 is adopted by council.
So we've had the discussion. We've had a motion and a second. All those in favor of adopting this resolution 236?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking your valuable time.
Bye for now from Kate.
And Dieter.